heavy rains are threatening to delay the search for the last two men trapped inside a flooded cave for more than 11 days. They are believed to be stuck deeper inside the cave system in a remote mountainous province of central Laos. On Saturday, 4 other trapped men managed to escape on their own, much to the surprise of the international rescue team above ground. The men had entered the cave on May 20th in search of gold, but flash floods blocked their exit. A 5th man was brought to the surface on Friday, guided through a narrow flooded passage by an expert rescue diver. And for more, we can now talk to the Finnish diver Mikko Paasi. He is the lead diver of that rescue operation and joins us from the base camp outside the Long Tien gold mine in Laos. Now, Mikko, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. What's the situation at the cave right now?
Hi, Gerhard. Thank you for having me. At the moment, the situation, well, it's raining here, it's nighttime, so all the operations have done are stopped for the night. But yeah, in a nutshell, we managed to locate and got 5 miners out alive. So far, we are concentrating on the last 2 missing miners who are believed to be inside the mine in the chamber number 6. So that's the short version of what's going on.
Okay, so 4 of the trapped men actually made their own way out of the cave. Were you surprised?
Well, yes, that was the best, absolutely best outcome that we could ever dream of. Like, everybody got safely out. Pumping the water out from the mine has been the plan A since the beginning, but we've been struggling with and managing to do it because it's very hard to move 200 kilo pumps in that kind of an environment and set them in the right place, figure out the right flow and all that. So after we extracted that one diver by diving, we went back because that was risky. We managed to do it. It was absolutely successful extraction by diving, but still it's considered so risky that we went back to the pumping. And then, yes, yesterday afternoon, the pumping was so efficient that this happened, and we were supposed to go and escort them out, make it safely. So before they come out, we should take the pump off from the way. We should disconnect the electricity. We should disconnect the hoses. We should be ready there with dive gear if the flooding happens, and then kind of like assist the miners out. But we are still putting our gear on outside the mine. The pumps were so efficient that the water level dropped down to 0. And while we are still getting ready to go in, we see these 4 miners being escorted out from the mine and all in good condition. And my jaw just dropped when I saw that happening, that it took a while to understand that they are actually the same guys that we've been feeding with food and water for the last 5 days in the chamber. Because they're all covered in mud and everybody looks the same. But then we realized that these are the guys from the chamber, and the whole village broke in tears and laughter.
Yeah, that must have been a big relief. Just give us an idea about the physical situation. That cave where they were trapped and where the other 2 still are, how far away is it from the surface? And is it small, tiny tunnels, or is it a large cave? Give us a brief idea of the physicalities there.
Okay, so I was back in the days, I was in Tham Luang Cave Rescue in Thailand, and these guys are completely different as far as you can be from each other. Tham Luang was 10 kilometers long cave with 100-meter diameter chambers inside. Now we're talking about man-made mine with tunnels that are 50 centimeter by 60 centimeter, I would say, which is just enough for me to be able to wiggle myself through with my toes and my fingers, pretty much. Some of the places during that 250-meter dry section, semi-dry section that we need to do until we get to the chamber number 4 where the diving starts. The restrictions are so tight that only way to go through is for me to exhale and get more space in the cave and then slide through. So that gives you an idea. And that's constant restriction, like hundreds of meters of this claustrophobic tunnel. You can't turn around, you can't pass anyone. It's just one way that you need to go to another chamber, and maybe there you can turn around if you want or stretch your legs, but it's extremely claustrophobic and unforgiving place. There's collapse hazards. Possibilities are high because it's man-made and there's no structure to support it. There's rainy season outside, so flooding happens very fast because it's such a small in volume, the whole system. There's toxic gases. It's a nightmare to navigate. But so that's and I'm not even exaggerating here. It is maybe 30 years of cave diving for me, and maybe this is one of the worst places that I've ever been. Makes me want to stop dry caving completely.
Well, I can perfectly understand that. That would not be a job for me. But based on what you've learned from the survivors, how likely is it that the two missing men are still there and alive?
So we have these theories. The information here is 50-50, pretty much so. But we have these theories. One theory is that the theory that everybody likes to be true, that they actually got out from the cave before it flooded, because the five guys in the chamber, when we got to talk to them first time, they said they have no recollection of two people being in there. So we were looking for 7, we find 5, and then they said like, no, there never was 7 here. It's only 5 of us. So we are hoping that they are out and they're just hiding somewhere because they were doing illegal mining, and that's illegal here. So maybe they're hiding from the authorities. But then again, we had more information just yesterday from the rescue people that they say, or some say that they went in first, and that's why nobody saw them. And they're the most experienced guys in this mine, and they went further than anyone else. And then we heard about the 6th chamber as well that we didn't know before. And now we are concentrating on draining the whole mine out of water and hopefully drain the 6th chamber as well, so we could actually go and take a look if they are there.
So, if I understand you correctly, that it's highly likely that nobody else is left in the mine, but you're going to pump out the water, go into this 6th chamber just to double check.
I would say 50-50 at the moment. It's worth to check, especially if we can drain the mine. I wouldn't put my divers in the risk of diving in there at the moment. It's raining at the moment here, so the flood possibility of flash flood is very strong, very big. So if we can train, we are already here. We got all the equipment here. All the top elite divers are here. The rescue personnel from Laos and Thailand is here. We need to, as long as we are safe and we don't end up accidents with the rescue personnel, we should continue and make sure that we did everything we could, which means checking the chamber 6 if we can dry the mine.
Well, let's hope it all turns out the way you described. The lead diver there of the rescue team in Laos, Mikko Paasi there from Finland, thank you very much for sharing your experience and reporting with us.